Let's make coffee. Chino. Alright, water is heating. That's gonna take a while. And somebody drew a little cute little thing of me when I was doing a lecture at the university. This guy started a whole gamer charity on his own. Got wrote up in Kotaku, Huffington Post. That's so cool. Name of the thing is Gamer's Gift. Gamer's Gift. What's his name? Oh, what a humble guy. He doesn't have his name on here. 18-year-old guy, started his own charity, registered with the government and everything. That's awesome. Thank you, Burnie. Like I did anything at all whatsoever. It's all you, dude. Whatever your name is. Hot water! Well, how are you gonna get? Grind size. Ground size? Is that right? This thing. I don't think that didn't work. Oh, there it goes. Alright, that's progress. Oh, look at that. That's glorious. Here we go. That seems like it's hot enough. I don't want my coffee any hotter than 185 degrees. Serious business now. Alright, brew. Do it single or double? Feels like a double morning. It's making noise. Oh, there it goes. That's it? That's like nothing. Milk. Best by October 6th. Let's not drink that one. What is with all this milk that's expired? This isn't even milk. It's milk. I'm not drinking coffee without milk. Cappuccino without milk is just like Pacino. I don't know what that means. Got milk. Alright. Come on. Where's all the fluff? There's a lot of production for no fluff. I didn't do that. Alright, get in there. Nope. Hey, good morning! Let's talk about RTX London. That was so not worth it. Alright, so explanation, Ashley got me this super fancy coffee maker that's there in the back, and I don't know how to run it. But Ellie does know how to run it, but she's on vacation this week. Okay, so this last week we went to RTX London, which was the first time we've ever done the RTX series of conventions over in Europe. Don't start throwing geography stuff at me. I know that, you know, a lot of people don't consider the UK to be in Europe proper. But it was the first time we'd ever crossed the Atlantic to go do that, and it was a first-year event. I had an absolute blast. Because it's a first-year event, we couldn't sell as many tickets as we'd like to, and we also, as a result of that, can't send as many people as we normally can to a bigger convention. So, first-year events are always interesting, and RTX London was no exception. I don't know how many people know this, but historically, for Rooster Teeth, London is our biggest city in terms of viewership. If you ever look at any video and you break it down by city, London's always bigger than New York, Los Angeles, even Sydney. Toronto is our big city in Canada. You know, we'll see if that changes. Maybe one day it'll be Japan because of shows like Ruby or something like that. But for now, they have the crown. Look, no pun intended. Gotta save the queen. Alright, so RTX London was a pretty traditional convention. You know, we had a bunch of signings. I got to meet people across 3 different signings that I did. People were always wandering the floor as well. My favorite panel that I did was actually on the very first day. We did a $1 million butt panel, but Patrick Matthews, in a stroke of brilliance, said we should rename the $1 million butt panel to something more British, and he came up with £1,000,000, although. Sometimes when we have audience participation, I'm not an audience participation kind of a guy. I mean, when I'm in the audience, I just want to be in the audience and watch something. I do not want to participate. And when people come down in the crowd with a mic, I'm like, get away from me, you jackass. There are some people, though, that like to participate, and maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't, because they don't really come with the best material. The exception to that is every time we do a $1 million butt panel, the audience just comes with these amazing scenarios, and we've done 3 of them now: Austin, Sydney, and RTX in London. And every single time that we've done it, the audience has just floored us. It's been great every single time. We have an incredible streak going with this panel and these shows. So let's not mess it up wherever we go next. I'm looking at you, Moon. It ended with this really cool moment where, and I'm not even sure how it happened, but suddenly Ellie had everyone up on their feet and she had them all singing God Save the Queen. It was really cool. It was a really fun moment. You know, conventions are a little weird for us from a numbers perspective because it does take a lot of people in the company to go and attend these conventions, and it does take about a week of everyone's time to travel there and be at the con and everything else. It takes a ton of high energy. There's some stuff that you don't see, like on the first day that we were all there, we did rounds of interviews, and you know, we have to block off a certain amount of times for press because conventions they're just useful for that. I mean, really, when you think about other entertainment companies, they go to the conventions just for the advertising parts of it. You know, when Game of Thrones or HBO goes to Comic-Con, it's just for the press and just for the advertising stuff. Our thing is an actual event that we own, but then we also have to do all that other stuff as well. Yeah, so Sophie booked us all. We went to Unilad. We were all there at the Unilad offices, and I realized very quickly that we were going to be there for a while because they had to go through all the different departments and interview everybody. So I quickly started jockeying for position and trying to get into the first interview slot if I could. Sophie's my girl, so she hooked me up with that. Also, I did sneak Gavin as well. That was just me being a bro and getting him in there. I don't know why I said bro. I'm not a bro. Some of the panels that we do are not, you know, core to what we do every single day at Rooster Teeth, but we have to join in because there's less of our, you know, name talent or on-camera talent that's there. So you kind of got to jump in on some stuff. We all just do our best to try to make it a really good show. Yeah, and then signings are always great because signings are my chance where I can actually have a conversation with people. And as Bethany announced at the convention, we're going to be announcing another edition of RTX somewhere else in the world. So we just continue to work our way around. In fact, this coming week, I am on my way down to Melbourne, Australia. I am going to the PAX Australia convention, where I'm going to be they don't call it the keynote, they call it the storyteller. So I have this really cool slot at the beginning of the convention to open the con, where I'll have an hour on stage. I think it's right after Jerry and Mike go up. And just going to tell stories about, you know, Rooster Teeth, about the internet. One of the things I want to focus on, and this will probably be one of my last speaking engagements that I do. I just turned down some stuff at the university level. I just, you know, wrote off some of the other conventions I normally go to that are not RTX. But now that RTX is going all the way around the world, that's going to keep me busy enough. If I have to go to 4 RTXs a year, that's 1 every 3 months. And I don't have to go to all of them, but so far I've been at every single one. You know, if I'm going to do that, that's enough time away from the office, you know, traveling away from my kids and everything that, you know, I just don't think that I have to go to every other con that I used to. But PAX is very special to the history of Rooster Teeth because that's where we got our start in live events. When we went to the very first PAX, we were selling DVDs out of a suitcase on a folding table in the lobby. And it's where we learned everything that we needed to learn in order to make a convention series like RTX. So always a very special place in my heart, and I'm really happy that, while it's probably not true, what I think of as one of my last speaking engagements will be at PAX Australia. So if you're in Melbourne, come by and say hello. I'll also be at the Hannaby booth. I'm out of challenge coins. I gave my last ones away in London, so they didn't quite last me all the way through the year like I had hoped. If you're in the area, please come out and say hey to me. Ellie will be back next week. She'll have some really interesting tales to tell from wherever she is doing whatever she's doing. And hopefully, the coffee will be a little bit better next week. We'll see. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time.